Typing master, she's the typer. She types faster than an internet sniper. God damn it, Martin. I'm so good at this. Tell me a rapper's name. I should be a rapper myself. Tell me a rapper's name.
Break.
I'm going to call myself Break. That's a good rapper's name. So I'm pretty sure you guys have a problem. You have a keyboard. I'm very sure of that. But you can't type fast. You're not used to the old school world of gamers where you have to abuse people right before you shoot them. The gamers who used to do that have become some of the fastest typers. I know plenty of them. And in this video, I am going to tell you their secrets. How do gamers type so fast? And what can you learn from them? The first thing you need to understand is that your fingers, when you begin typing, need to be in what I like to call the home row position. Somewhat like this. The reason you use the home row position is because everything is easily accessible to you with your pinkies and your fingers themselves. So if I want to hit the shifts, I can just do this with my right pinky. If I want to hit the left shift, I can do it with my left pinky. I can hit the space bar with any of my thumbs. And that's why you call this the home row position. So I want to repeat that for you, right? Once you reach the home row position, right pinky, right shift, left pinky, left shift, one of your fingers on the space bar. And you can also hit enter with your right pinky. When you're typing, especially when you're writing something, it is probably better for you to stay in home row all the time. Your left pinky on the other side can go all the way up to tab and the tilde key. Remember that and start with the home row position. Basics and fundamentals are more important with keyboards than anything. So I'm now going to make an anime reference. But for those of you that don't understand, please bear with me. My friend Goku here is the best at actually typing. The reason is Goku has a form called Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct basically allows him to move without thinking. People who get very good at typing, who can type really fast, are people who are in Ultra Instinct. You're not thinking about which finger goes where. Even people who play the piano will tell you exactly the same thing. After a certain level of experience, you are not looking at the keyboard. You're just thinking about the words that need to be written. Either it's in your brain or you're copying something. Suppose you have a sentence, right? The quick brown fox jumped over the black sheep. You can type that very quickly without having to think about which key goes where. You don't think about where is Q. Your fingers automatically go there. And one of the only ways to get there is to practice. You gotta practice, 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 practice. In fact, nobody has ever become good at using a keyboard without writing a million things. I've been doing it for like 15 or 16 years now. And even I'm still sitting at like 120 words per minute. So don't expect to get really good. But the point is you can get fast by practicing. So people who can type with high WPM, which stands for words per minute, often make a lot of mistakes. And they're okay with making those errors. They just hit the backspace key or move on to the next word or hope that autocorrect solves this. Mainly because they're sacrificing accuracy for speed. And even the best people who can type often make errors. It is okay to make errors. And the only way to make less number of errors is to practice. And practicing doesn't happen by going to these WPM websites and doing their trials. Practicing happens by typing what's in your head. The ideal scenario is not that you're looking at something on screen and you're typing it. The ideal scenario is you're thinking about something and you're typing it. Typing today, especially in English, is such a valuable, high opportunity skill. With the right keystrokes, you could be a billionaire. I'm not even kidding about that. You could write the right code, you could email the right people, you could raise the right capital just with the right keystrokes. So remember that. That's why practicing this organ or this instrument is probably the most important things you will do in your life. Don't take shortcuts. There are no shortcuts to a high typing speed, and I wish there were, but there aren't. Many of you don't have any content to write. So my best suggestion to you is get WhatsApp on the PC. I'm very sure all of you use WhatsApp. Using your thumbs and typing how are you with the R and the U, you can now use your keyboard and type full sentences. Every day you get practice replying to your 10 people that you talk to every day because you're replying to them on a computer with a keyboard. The big difference between the keyboard, why I prefer writing on the keyboard over the phone, is the rate of bandwidth. See, with the phone you're limited to 2 fingers. Let's assume each finger can input 1 kilobyte per second. With 2 fingers, which is 2 thumbs, you can input 2 kilobytes per second. Most people don't use this, this finger or this finger or this finger to type on their phones. I can use 10 fingers that I have, including the thumbs, to kind of send information across. This device is roughly 5 times faster than you typing on a phone, which is why I suggest replying to mobile messages on WhatsApp on your computer. I saw an influencer's video that said that you can get really fast with typing in a month. You can make progress in a month, but to get really good in a month and get to 100 WPM, I doubt. Be realistic about your outcomes. If you're too optimistic, you will give up. One last tip I'd like to make is try not to press too hard. Some people, they press a key and then they can't move to the next key because they've, hit the key so hard. What I like doing is light taps, right? I don't like doing, because that slows you down. So light taps, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like mechanical keyboards. Although a lot of gamers and even people who type will swear by mechanical keyboards are a bloody relic of the typewriter era, right? And gamers like it because it feels good clicking that key so you know you've committed an action. But when it comes to actual typing, it is better to do light taps, and I prefer one of the most generic basic keyboards on Amazon. In fact, the cheaper the keyboard, the better it probably is. You do not need to spend 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 rupees on some mechanical keyboard with a good brand name with like colors and lights and stuff. It's a waste of time, it's a distraction. I have the Amazon Basics keyboard. This is not a sponsored segment. It is a generic and it works better than the best. And I've used some of the best mechanical keyboards, including the Razer ones. And I can tell you the Amazon keyboard is better. Now I know there's going to be some gamers like, oh, you don't know anything. Boss, I've been gaming when you were in your diapers. So please listen to my experience. And if you disagree, if you prefer the mechanical keyboard, then go for it, right? Again, it's about individual preferences and what works for each person. For me, I prefer the generics. That's it for me. Bye-bye.